Welcome back to Homesteading with the Zimmermans, where each week we give you another episode of what's happening here on our Northeast Iowa 21-acre homestead. My husband Alvin and I have been married for 25 years, and we have 7 children. 5 of those children still live at home. Our oldest 2 are married and no longer live at home, so this means we also have 2 son-in-laws and 1 grandson so far. So on our 21-acre homestead, we seek to preserve the self-sufficient lifestyle of our Old Order Mennonite heritage for the next generation. We involve the children in every aspect of the homestead, from raising and harvesting our own meat, gardening and preserving to fill the family's larder, or preserving the dairy from the family milk cows, plus all the many other skills that develop the character and integrity and relationships of a family that seeks to bring glory and honor to their Heavenly Father. Hello everyone, Elvin and Ruth Ann Zimmerman here for Homesteading with the Zimmermans. Tonight we are going to head out to our new building, and we're going to show you what we've been working on out there. We've done a video all about the new building, and I'll link that one in the description for you so that those of you that do not know about the new building and how God has provided for us through it, you can catch up in that video. So we are going to head out to the shop, and I'm happy to have Elvin here filming. You guys love when he films with me. So we're gonna head out that way. It's so cold today, like wintry cold. Our grass is getting green, and the cows, they're busy eating right now, but normally this stage of the spring, they know there's green grass. And every time I come out here, they just stare at me like, is this the day that we get to go out to pasture? There's a couple of them staring me down, but they know that it won't be long. It's a beautiful night, isn't it?
It is. It's cold.
It's cold. I think the high temperature today was like 39.
I don't know, but the wind is really cold, even if the temperature's up a little bit.
Yeah, this morning the real fuel was 17.
Was it really?
Yeah, it really was.
I believe it. This is where she takes care of her milk. She's got a sink over there and a table to clean all her equipment and keep things sanitary. And of course a fridge to store milk. And we've got baby chicks over here on the side.
So these are our new laying hens. This is their space here. This is a mix of laying hens from Murray McMurray Hatchery. And they are about 3 weeks old, I think. So then, in the back half, we've rented out the back half, the space back there, to friends and neighbors.
For storage, some room for our skid loader and things to be inside where it's warm in the wintertime. First time ever, very happy about that. So we have a car lift that we can actually do maintenance on our own vehicles. And we have a basketball hoop in the background.
We found that basketball hoop on Facebook Marketplace. I really, really love Facebook Marketplace. What about you?
Too much.
You like it too much? Yeah. Okay, so then there's this space over here. So that's where we're gonna take you next. So this space over here, you can tell that we've enclosed part of it. And I'll show you about how deep this space is. Elvin will know the measurements. So this is the building from this side. So we built in this entire space, entire corner over here. So this space here, you can tell this is not done yet, but we're making progress on it. And this is kind of like a little bit of a glorified tiny house or a guest house. So this door right here that goes out into the main shop, Elvin's still working on this door.
Yeah, this door will go straight up, and it will allow the flow of traffic in and out from the shop into the living area, kind of tie it together.
So our first thought for this space, when we first started designing this space, was, we have 7 children. And when those 7 children all start having children, and they want to come home for Christmas and, things like that, we're going to need a space to all gather together, right? So that was kind of where how we originally started planning this area. It first started out with just a kitchen area where we can prepare food, and then, maybe a sitting area where we can sit. And then God kind of started putting it on our heart for guests, like where people could stay here and we could host people. So then that kind of evolved into, well, we'll need a bedroom and a bathroom if that's what we want to do. And so we'll take you upstairs and show you how it evolved into a way for us to possibly be generous with our community and with our family by having an extra space for people to sleep and stay. So, and of course, I plan on, if we do have guests staying, this big door, like we'll put a curtain. I'll make a big curtain or a privacy. We'll make it so that it can be private from the rest of the shop. And the walls all have insulation in, so it's soundproof from the shop, more or less. So one of my goals when I know that I have a tiny space, and I know when I'm filming, it doesn't look as tiny to you as this space really is. Elvin, what is the width of this?
12 feet wide.
So it's 12 feet wide. So it's not as big as it looks in the video, I promise you. But one of the things that I've learned in my own kitchen space is my dining room chairs that have backs, they take up a lot of elbow space. So you have to walk all the way around, and there you don't have any elbow space. So one of the requirements for me when you have a tiny space is that you have to have chairs that slide all the way underneath, or benches like we have in the house. So I found this table and chairs on Facebook Marketplace, and I was very happy for them. And as you can tell, the tiny house, the guest house isn't done, so I have to cover this up because I know that Elvin and the boys are going to start using this as a work table. If I want to keep the top nice, so I'm going to have to cover that up because it seems every flat surface out here right now turns into a work table. This kitchen is more beautiful than any kitchen I've ever had. My kitchen in the house is probably 50 years old. You think that's right, Elvin? It's probably 50 years old, and it's fragile. It has really seen better days, especially with the boys now helping so much. So when it came to building the kitchen, I called my brother and I said, hey, is there a young Mennonite man or a young man that would appreciate the business? I don't want to get on a waiting list for 2 years for these kitchen cabinets. I would rather give somebody the business that is hungry for it and is trying to get started and wants the experience. And so he said, yes, there's somebody in our community that would be happy for the business. So I called him, and 2 weeks later, he had these cabinets done. And they're beautiful. So my entire wall here, all the way up, is going to be these bricks. And I just can't wait to put some houseplants on those walls. I just think they're going to look so beautiful by those bricks. So then Over here under the staircase, this is where our refrigerator goes. We got some beautiful pantry cupboards in here. Those all slide out. And somebody gave me some soap making supplies, so I'm storing those out here. And then we got storage up there. This is probably my most favorite little storage corner because I can put whatever I want in here. And then right off of the kitchen here is bathroom. This is still a work in progress. I know personally, I still have a lot of decisions to make about this bathroom. Is that right, Elvin?
Yes. You do.
Making the decisions is my least favorite part about this whole project. Yeah, there's too many options. So there's bathroom right off of the kitchen. And then so Elvin will be the first to tell you that he's not a builder.
Not a professional.
He'll be the first to tell you that he's not a professional builder.
No.
But I think he does a great job. So Elvin, can you tell them what? I get lots of questions when I show it on social media. How did you get the steps to look like that? How did you?
For the steps, I took a weed burner and burned the wood so it has like a charred look on the wood grain. Kind of, some of it's charred, some of it's not. So it kind of gives a unique look.
So the steps are still really dusty because that's the nature of construction. There's just dust everywhere. But you can see how the grain really shows up where he charred it.
The floor up here is the same thing. I used a weed burner and charred the plywood sheeting. It kind of chars like the soft spots, and the hard spots don't char at all. So it's like two-tone.
So then this is like the open loft area. This opens up down into the living room area. The kitchen is below this.
I think there's going to be a door here.
Yeah, we're going to have a door going out onto a balcony here. And
some of this stuff is like maybe next summer's project.
Yeah, the balcony is probably next summer's project, but we'll put a door in there that'll give some light down into the great room, some more light. And then will you tell them about your railing that you're planning to put here?
Then there's going to be a railing around the stairwell and a railing at the end of the loft out here. So no little kids are falling off or taking a dive.
And we're going to make a cable railing since we don't want to obstruct any view. We want it to be as open as possible. So Elvin bought all the supplies to make a cable railing. My plan is that up here in this loft area, about where Elvin is standing, I hope to put a day bed, like a day bed with a trundle, so it'll sleep two out here in this area. And yeah, like we said, there'll be a door on this wall that will bring in some more light. And then back here is a bedroom. And this bedroom's not finished entirely yet, but there's another Facebook Marketplace find. I found that bed, the headboard, and then a window will go in here into this bedroom. And I can't wait to show you what we're putting on these walls that don't have anything on, but I'll save that for another video. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at right now. We're working at our own pace. It's giving Elvin and the boys a project. The boys are learning a lot of skills out here that they otherwise wouldn't have the opportunity to learn. And you know, we're always looking for ways to teach the boys more skills, right, Elvin? Mm-hmm.
There you go. Yep. On the side, like that, and then it gets rollers in there, so it can roll up the door.
Got it. So when we started, talking about buying furniture for the guest house, our oldest son said, "Mom, I just have one request. Do not buy IKEA furniture or any furniture that needs to be assembled." Because I had bought a couple pieces a couple years ago for our upstairs, and he put them all together for me, and he was like, "Nope, not doing that anymore." And I have to say that I kind of agree with him. Like, it was, and number one, we have to drive, over 2 hours to an IKEA, and then you buy the furniture and you bring it home, and you've got a day's worth of work to put it together. And anyway, so I said, okay, I'll I won't buy IKEA furniture, but then if I need your help to chase something down that I've found on Facebook Marketplace, then I need you to be willing to go with me or help me load it or unload it. And he said, sure, he'd be willing to take the truck and go with me. So I'm having a good time shopping for deals on Facebook Marketplace for unique furniture and things that I like. And we're just going to enjoy the process and enjoy building it, enjoy buying furniture for it, and then enjoy having guests, friends, and family stay here, and enjoy having our own family gatherings and landing places for people. So you probably saw last week how we hosted our grandson's first birthday party in here. And at this point, we don't have plans to, rent it out to the general public, like Airbnb or Vrbo or anything like that. Just because our family is still so young, the boys are still so young, we'll need to, be a little more cautious for the next couple years while the boys are still at the age where they're so easily influenced by other people. So at this point, we do not have plans to rent it out other than have family and friends stay here.